out of the house or in the house again. My name is Benedict, but my friend and family call me Bene. I'm sorry I'm not looking straight at you because I'm still trying to find a way to set my phone, but at the same time you don't have a reflection in my glasses, so maybe it's not that bad. Okay, so I have a few minutes, so let's start talking about yarn. No, my presentation is all over. So okay, let's do that again. So my name is Benedict. My friend and family call me Bene. If you are new here, and maybe you are new here, I live in France, in the north of Paris, with my 2 teenager daughters and my husband. And here I talk about knitting, crochet, and buying a lot of yarn. Okay, let's start with what I've been knitting lately. So last time I talked to you, I was knitting a shawl for my mom. First, this shawl was for me, but she fell in love with it, so I decided to give it to her. I already have a pink shawl, and it's her birthday at the end of the month. So last time we spoke, I was knitting it, and my plan was to finish it, and to finish, it was unrealistic, half of the shawl in less than a month. I couldn't do that. So I realized that the shawl, because it's a bigger size, is big enough. It's a half and half. It's a large size of the half and half. So what I did when I arrived at the end of the first half, I did a I-cord bind off, 2, I think, with like 2 stitches. And then when I blocked it, I stretched it a bit, and it's perfectly fine. It's in shades of pink. I can't remember the names of the colors, so I'll write down that in the box below the video. It's a beautiful shawl. I think she's going to love it. It's not easy to show it to you, but you have the idea. I'll try to make a real half and half. It's for me. Maybe I'll do I'll do a smaller size because it's huge. It could be a blanket. So it's my first and only finished object for this episode. And then last time we spoke, my plan was to finish things. So I have knitted last winter a Bisbis Beret, or maybe 2 winters ago, in a yarn I had in my stash. It's Rauma Finule and Drop Kit Silk in blue. And the beret is gorgeous, but it's too small for my head, because you see I wear my hair high, and I have a lot, and so I cut into the I-cord and put the beret on my needle again. I've been a very bad knitter because I haven't written anything, so I don't even know in which size of needle I knitted it at first. So I just followed the pattern and took the recommended size of needles, but I'm not quite sure of what I'm doing. I hope it's not going to be bigger. So maybe I'll knit a few rows to see how it looks, and if I don't like it, I will unravel it again. My plan is to have it for this winter. Plus I need the needle, because I need the needle to swatch in the ground for a project that I would like to start, that I will talk about in a few minutes. But you see, I'm in between, because I really would like to have the needle and to finish the beret, because I need to wear it and I need the needle, but I haven't touched this project for a month because I've been knitting other things. So what else I have been knitting? So I was trying to be good. Usually for my birthday at the end of August, I buy yarn and I try to knit a garment for myself. I say try, because last summer I bought lots of yarn. No, 2 summers ago I bought so much yarn that I have enough to make a second sweater with the yarn I bought 2 years ago. And I was planning to knit the high stripe sweater by Veronica Lindberg, and I didn't. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to buy yarn, and I'm not going to knit a new birthday sweater, because I haven't knitted the birthday sweater from last year. So I thought, okay, I'm going to buy a knitting book and no yarn. So I bought this book. So it's the sock project from Summerly, and of course I couldn't not cast on something. It was impossible. I tried to resist, but it was impossible. So finally I cast on something, and I did, and I sometimes I forget that I'm old. So I blocked my back, and I was stuck at home for a few days. So today was my first day back at the gym. So I knit quite a lot for my standards. And so I knitted from the book, the basic sock from Summerly. I'll show you. My plan is to try all the different techniques. In the basic sock from Summerly, it's I'll explain the construction, but if you are not new to knitting, it will be quite obvious for you. So you knit from the top to the toe. It's the first time I knit this way. This is for my older daughter. I knit the DRK sock pattern for my youngest, and I have yarn left. So I thought, okay, I have enough to make another pair. But I kind of panicked, and so I started the other sock, and instead of, splitting the ball, which is the most sensible thing to do, I started from the other side. So I have 2 socks attached to the same ball of yarn, and the ball of yarn looks like this. So the knitting experience is a bit not that nice. I can manage because I know that I'm knitting from the green side of the yarn ball for this sock, and I'm knitting from the pinkish side of the ball of yarn for this one. So you need, and the heel construction is the heel flap and gusset construction. It's short rows and slipped stitches. Let's see if I can show you. Okay. And I thought that maybe I would run out of yarn, and I don't think I'm going to run out of yarn because I'm knitting both socks at the same time, and I passed the not the toe, the heel, and I'm knitting through the foot. And no, you shouldn't do that. It's better just to split the yarn in two and knit from two different balls of yarn. I like it a lot. I like to knit sock from this pattern. I recommend the book. The only thing is that I really thought that my daughter size was 38 in Europe, and I realized a few days ago to the doctor, my daughter needs I'm going to, I don't know any of those words, so stick with me. So my daughter, she had knee pain, and she needs to have something in her shoes to correct the way she puts her foot when she walks. And we need to go to the doctor to check every year and to make new one. So a few days ago I realized that the size of my daughter's foot is 36 or to the maximum 37, so I've been buying bigger shoes for her for the last 2 or 3 years. And I'm probably knitting the sock a bit big for her. Maybe it's a big. It's weird because she tried them and they didn't look big, but I'm a very tight knitter, so I don't know. So anyway, she needs to try them a bit quite often because I want to be sure that I'm knitting the right size. So I need to put the yarn and try and do it. So it's longer, but I think that if I didn't have to do that, I would have finished the pair of socks because it's quite addicting. The yarn is a Zauberball and it's a self-striping yarn. And you just want to knit the next stripe. So I've been knitting that instead of knitting my Bisbis Beret. Okay, so let's stick with the sock because now I have a basket just for sock knitting. So before I buy like 10 balls of sock yarn to make sock for every member of my family, I try to knit through my stash. So my next pair of sock will be a striped sock pattern from the sock project book from Summerly by Summerly. So this blue what is it? I can't remember right now. It's going to come back. I used this to knit a sweater for my husband, the Albion sweater. In this blue plus another blue yarn. What's the name of this yarn? It's yak and nylon. There is nylon in it, I think, I'm not sure. And this I had in my stash for 10 years. I don't even know why I bought that, maybe more. Maybe I had that for 15 years. And I had the same in white, in off-white. So I think that maybe it's not the same yarn at all, but I think it's going to work. So this is for my husband, and I think I'm going to try another technique. I think I'm going to need to tube and cut through the sock to make the heel, but I'm not going to start that right now. My plan is to have it for Christmas because we travel, so I'll have a sock. So I'm not going to start that now. Okay, what else am I knitting? So I've been quite good. I think I can't have more than 2 projects at the same time. So I have to go through my basket and just knit. I'm not good at doing that, not starting new things, but at least I need to finish. So I talked about this project here and there in other podcasts, but I didn't do him justice, so I think it's time to spend a little time to talk about this pattern. And maybe I'll talk about this pouch. Maybe I'll start with the pouch. So I think we could say that it's a finished object because I've crocheted that 2 or 3 years ago, and then it's a lemon pouch from Mola Mill in acrylic yarn. I did that during the summer, and then it stayed in my basket for like 2 or 3 years because I couldn't figure out how to put a zipper, and I'm quite happy that I did. So it's a new finished object, and in this pouch I keep my Whitmoor cardigan. Okay, so I really fell in love with this pattern and the color. I think I saw on Ravelry the same color or something like that, and I thought, okay, I need this. Plus I wear purple. Then I started, and then I was so not at ease with that many needles and yarn and things that I left it for months. And I think I wasn't fair. I was not fair to that pattern because at first it's a bit fiddly because it's a cardigan. It's a top down cardigan, and you need the button band at the same time. So you have like 4 needles. You have needle for the lace pattern, and then you have a pair of wooden needle, and you need wooden needle because if you use metal they will fall. To knit the button band at the same time. And I thought at first because you start from the top you have a lot of it's tiny and it's not easy to knit, but once you go down you have more space. You can, it's not a portable knitting project. It's good for this time of the year where you spend the evening knitting with a lot of yarn on your lap. But it's the combination, the yarn combination is lovely. I'm going to tell you what it is, and then the lace pattern, it's easy. It's an easy lace pattern. Once you've understood what you're supposed to knit, you just repeat it, so you don't have to look too much at your pattern. It's not something that you can knit. I mean, for me, because I'm not an advanced knitter, I can't really knit that watching film, or maybe something that I'm not really going to watch, because you have yarn over and you have to count, but it's entertaining and the result is lovely. So I think I'm going to knit another one. So the yarn combination is J-wool from Lang. I think it's sock yarn too. So good, because if I have enough, maybe I'll make like a striping sock with some of the leftovers. And then this is absolutely gorgeous. It's a bit expensive for my budget, but I'm so happy to have bought this yarn. It's Ito Sensai mohair. It's a lilac color. This one is lilac too. I think both yarn are called lilac, and I think the yarn combination is perfect. I think it suits my tone of skin, and I really love it. I'm showing it, maybe see if I show it to you like that. It's lovely. So I finished the ribbing at the top of the cardigan. Then you have a first yoke. I think this part of the yoke is the same for every sizes, and then you have two more shorts. It's shorted for another part of the yoke, and I'm knitting that. When I'm not knitting sock, I'm knitting this Whitmoor Caridgan. I think I'm knitting size large. I messed up with the button band, but you know, I think I'll manage. I'll use a lot of stitch markers, and it's well written and it's clear. So if you want a nice kind of romantic cardigan, I think you can really wear it to go out on top of a dress, or yeah. So I'm quite happy with what I'm knitting now. And then I'm going to finish with my plans. I'm going to talk again about the Birkin sweater, even though I haven't swatched because I need my the needle that are on my Bisbis Beret to swatch. So I'm still debating the yarn combination. I'll show you. And then you're going to laugh because I bought the book, the knitting book, because I was not going to buy yarn and I bought yarn. This is the yarn I bought. So just saying, I've been eyeing this color because I'm in a purple phase of my life. And didn't want to buy it because I have enough yarn and because I didn't want to spend the money. And then, I was just checking because sometimes you just check even though you are not going to buy yarn. And there were like a sale. It was just... And they were like the amount of yarn left was the amount of yarn I needed to buy. That was on sale, so I bought yarn and I bought the book. And it's I'm just going to say it's drop air, because I want to keep this budget on the low, this project on a low budget. I'm going to try to knit it without mohair, without anything. And I kind of swatched to do the Agnete cardigan from Petite Knit. I'm talking about this project. I'm not supposed to start it at all because this yarn is new. I bought it last month and I have to go through my stash. I have yarn that I have to knit, but I still swatched. And I'm quite excited because it's brioche knitting. It's new to me. I knitted a hat from Petite Knit to see if I could to learn brioche, and you can say whatever you want about Petite Knit. Her patterns, if you are a beginner, are really well written, and I think it's always a good start when you want to learn a new technique to find a Petite Knit pattern. And so it's brioche knitting flat, double knitting for it's a cardigan, double knitting for the button band, I think. So it's not for me. It's not going to be like easy knitting. So I'm not supposed to start it because my plan is to knit color work. So my plan is to finish the lace pattern because at some point there will be no more lace on the Whitmoor Caridgan. So I will have stockinette flat, purling and knitting. Okay. So my plan is when I'll be done with the lace and just stockinette knitting to start with the color work. And I was debating between the pink velvet from Andrea Maori and the Birkin from Kathleen Hunter. I bought the pattern like when we were stuck at home during COVID. And okay, so this is my bag of yarn. So let me show you. So this is woolly knit cone in the colorway Mallard. This is Tilia mohair in dark blue for the main color. So I showed that to you already last podcast. And then I was thinking that maybe I would use this that I bought for my patchwork cardigan and didn't use, but I don't think I have enough to knit all the flowers in green. So I went through the yarn that I had left from my patchwork cardigan. So I have this pink, I have a bit of gray, and I think that's it. And I don't know, because maybe it's a bit ambitious, because I'm new to color work. So even if I need only one color at a time, it's going to be 4 balls of yarn each time. I've never done. I've done it once because the patchwork cardigan was in Tarsia, and I had like two balls of yarn. So I don't know how I managed that, but I really like the yarn combination. Let's see. So it would be like something like that, plus the gray, or not, I don't know. So I keep that in the bag next to me, so that I don't get I don't forget about it, because of course I'm always attracted to new pattern, even though I have pattern and I have yarn and I have plans and everything. But this is the last thing I'm going to talk about in this podcast today. Okay, so I'm going to put a picture of company, French company called Katia Sanchez. They make knitted sweater, and there is like a beautiful sweater with hearts in lovely colors. All sweaters are in mohair, and I've been eyeing this sweater for like years, maybe 2 years, but I don't want to buy a knitted sweater. I can knit one. I think they are like it's 200 euros. So I'd rather spend 200 euros in yarn and knit myself a sweater, or two, or three. Really, with this amount of money, I could knit a lot of things. So I didn't want to buy it, but finally the pattern is out, so I bought the pattern, and I have to admit that when I read the pattern, I thought, okay, I think I could have knitted it myself, like take a basic sweater and add the arts. But anyway, I bought the pattern, so it's my contribution to this company. So now, of course, when I have a pattern, I start thinking about yarn and yarn combination and things. So it's 20 stitches per 10 centimeters, and I think, oh. So I went to Chaos Yarn website, and they have free pattern there if you want to check. And I saw a pattern where you hold organic merino and mohair together, and it's 20 stitches pattern. And I thought, okay, it's perfect. Very punchy, colorful colors, and it's a yarn combination I already bought to make another sweater that I haven't started, and have the yarn and I have the pattern. So this is organic merino in the colorway Divine from Chaos Yarn, and the mohair the same color. And I had swatched for this other pattern. I'm not going to talk about it today because it's still in the air. But I can't remember which size of needle I used to swatch this. Okay, so now I know that I can buy merino and mohair from Chaos Yarn to make the, it's called Julie sweater, Julie pullover from Katia Sanchez, and I'm resisting not to buy the yarn. I'm not going to buy the yarn. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to swatch. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to swatch because then and write it down so that I can get this out of my system. And that's it. That's it for today. My daughter just came home from dance and she's very hungry and the kitchen is here. So I'm going to let her have lunch at 3:45. And I'll see you soon. Bye.